It was sure great to get some understanding of the DR last night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I won't ask too many questions because no matter how clear you think your understanding is, you ask enough questions, it all unravels. The main goal tonight is to clean the fuel tank for this CBR, which is something I've been avoiding. I won't lie to you. I don't think it'll be very pleasant or interesting. I've got it over on the workbench already. Before we get to that, though, I'd like to start this up and give you guys a sound check. It's running better. A lot of you fellers in the comments said, Jake, the reason it's running poorly is because that airbox isn't put together. It's a highly tuned chamber. So I closed it up, started the engine. You all know what you're talking about. Have a listen. I'm not going to declare that it's perfect. Well, it'd be nice if it started at all. I won't reshoot it. That would be disingenuous. Why did it take so long to fire up?
Do you need to sync the carbs?
Ho ho! Probably. So it runs, but it has a little bit of roughness to it. And I think that is because of a lean condition. If I touch the choke just a wee bit, it'll smooth out. Hear that?
Yeah.
And I have a theory of why it's lean, but before we get to that, I'll rev it up a little bit. I'm not saying it's perfect, but I know it's getting better because more than once I've been out here with it and have thought, I'll just take it for a little ride. You broke my heart. You know you broke my heart. Everything garbage. So it's better. Definitely rideable and solidly within the spectrum of all road-going CBR600s. I don't know why it hesitated to start, though.
Maybe it's camera shy.
Could be. The reason I think it's running lean is those manifold rubbers underneath the carburetors might be sucking air. I noticed when I reinstalled the carbs, the clamps that connect those rubbers to the heads were fully tightened to their maximum or minimum circumference rather before they really got a good squeeze on the rubber. I imagine it has shrunk over time. These are sensitive topics.
Okay.
So Ed ordered a new set of manifolds, and when they get here, we'll install them and retest. So I suppose we should look at the gas tank. I think it's a lean condition. Did it sound lean to you?
I don't know.
Might be a gangsta lean, which is fine. So this gas tank is nasty inside. Here's an example of it. I removed the petcock, or we can call it the domesticated rooster if you don't like that other term.
Your jokes aren't working tonight.
Not hitting on all cylinders like the motorcycle?
No.
I don't know if this is rust or just crystallized, nasty old gasoline. And it makes a difference because the treatment options are different depending on what has coated the inside of the gas tank. If it's rust, a guy wants to use acid. Acid attacks the rust and through some chemistry brings it into solution so it can be drained out. anything from vinegar all the way to muriatic acid works to get rid of the rust. Vinegar takes longer, and you probably have it in your pantry already. Muriatic acid works quickly. The downside of using the acid, though, is I need to completely take out all the old gas and bring in a water-based solution of liquid. And then once it's clean, remove all that and put gasoline and oil or oil back into it. If you're not going to put gasoline back into a tank after you treat it with acid, you need to coat it with oil very quickly, because kind of the ironic or contradictory, funny, we'll call it funny thing about treating a gasoline tank with acid is when you're all done, it's very prone to flash rusting again because of the acid. So I hope this is just old gasoline bits. If it is, Carb Cleaner ought to remove it. I'm sorry about the jokes. And it bothers me that didn't just fire up. It doesn't always go as planned. A little bit of carburetor cleaner on here. I had that all planned out about the chicken joke. Ho ho. I think we just have some gasoline rather, build up in there. I'm not claiming there's no rust in that entire thing. I'm not that optimistic, but I'm thinking the majority of it is just gas. Something else ironic or just a dirty trick is that why does gasoline ruin the vessels and components that it's meant for? Really awful stuff. That looks like a copper tube. But did you see how it took it off?
Yeah.
I'm thinking we'll start with the gasoline that's in there, slosh it around with some media, some abrasive media, R-rated, see if it breaks up what's in there. I'll put this back on. I took it out because there's supposed to be a screen filter here, and if I shook around abrasives, it could ruin that screen filter, but the screen filter is already ruined. There's an O-ring that belongs there. Must have left it somewhere else. Found the O-ring. Might be a C-ring now, but hopefully it'll be better than nothing. I'll reinstall this. And our first batch of liquid will just be what's in here. How about we see what that looks like? Shall we?
Yeah.
Do you predict apple juice, apple cider and mud?
I guess apple cider and mud. How about you?
I'll guess apple cider and mud.
Ugh.
That's maybe apple cider vinegar.
It's got the mother in it.
So now we can put that valve back on. And then we'll start sloshing. Okay, petcock is installed, and have a look inside the tank here. to see what we're starting out with. There's definitely some crust. Just for fun, I'll spray a little carb cleaner on it. And scrape it with my toothbrush to see if it comes off. Oh. Ho-ho! Get in here. Do you see?
Oh, yeah. Grime.
This might not be a tough job. So I'll pour this back in. Price of gas. Got to do what you can to get by these days. I gave some thought as to what I should put in here to shake around and break up the gunk. I wanted something that was small enough to come out the fuel outlet down here, because beneath the lid there's a lip. So whatever I put in here will be difficult to dump out the top. BBs are a common choice, but I don't have any of those. We did have this rock tumbling media though. Little ceramic pellets. Oh, that's nice. They're sealed for my protection. Don't eat these unless the seal is unbroken. I'll dump these in and start shaking. The girl was shaking. Oh, whoa, whoa.
Is there one that goes, shake it off? No.
Shake it up.
Shake it up.
That's the Cars. And Taylor Swift, she shakes it off.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. That was after my time. That new youngster music, which is probably a classic now. But anyhow, do you need any of these?
No, use them all.
I hope these will come out the bottom. Well, look how they're clogging up a hole that big.
Yeah.
We'll worry about that later.
You could get some out the top.
I could. I don't mean to be a complainer.
Does it come natural?
Yeah, it just flows out. Sounds like it's working. Shake it up, baby, now.
Shake it up, baby.
Twist and shout.
Twist and shout.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, now.
Come on, baby.
Let's get that rust come out. Get that rust to come out.
Any other shaking?
That's all they deserve. You can cut right now, anytime. Come here, girl. What your name is? Where you from? Turn around. Who you came with?
To be fair, you didn't think of that. Our son came up with that.
It was a fan request. But we won't sing any more of that one, considering current so-called events. Do you think it'll look any better? That was less than 10 minutes of sloshing, dancing.
I don't know. I can't focus. Oh!
That's a lot better.
Looks better. Right?
Yeah, there's hardly any
Crustage?
brownness, crustage.
Oh, there's some crustage. You missed that spot.
Should have sang harder.
Maybe you didn't shake your tail feather enough.
I think I have the right process. It's just a matter of carrying it out. If you're interested in watching yesterday's video, I'll put a link to that up on the screen. And if you'd like to see what we get up to tomorrow, which will probably be the result of gas tank cleaning, I'll put a link to that video up on the screen as well. Thanks for watching.